First, let's talk about God, that's such a horrible word. First, let's talk about stereolithography. Say that 3 times fast. So we would use SLA when surface finish matters. The way SLA works is it's a laser or a light source curing a liquid photopolymer layer by layer. So when your parts off your FDM machine have layer lines and that's not a acceptable surface finish, then we would start talking about an SLA part. So the features of SLA parts are they have a ultra smooth surface finish, so your parts are going to come out of the machine basically ready to paint. You get a very high tolerancing, typically equivalent to that of a CNC machining a part, so plus or minus 0.2 millimeters as far as tolerancing is going to go. We achieve this with 25 micron layers, so we can run these machines all the way down to 25 micron layers, which is extremely small layer thickness. You're not going to get this on a FDM style printer. With SLA, we can also get uniform strength. So what I mean by that is you can get equivalent strength in all 3 axes, in the X, Y, and the Z, where comparatively to a FDM machine, you're only achieving real strength typically in the X and Y and not in the Z because of your layer stacking. You have layer adhesion issues there. Probably one of the best features of SLA is the material versatility. Formlabs has been developing a resin library over many, many years. We've got close to 40 resins out there. The first is the Tough family of parts. So you have Tough 1500, Tough 2000, Tough 1000. They all have varying properties, but these are all parts that are going to be really tough. So if you had a part that, say, had a snap fit, or if you're working on an enclosure, and it just needed a all-around extremely durable part, these are the materials we'd use there. The next are high temp resins. So we got a resin that'll go up to 230 degrees C. What this does is open the door for tooling and molding applications. I've seen customers do small prototype molds, say like mud-based molds, just to prototype a part, low volume, get 20 or 30 shots off a part, just to prove out the concept before they go to hard tooling. The next is going to be a rigid 10K. This is going to be a glass-filled resin. This is extremely stiff, so if you need a part that's stable under load, this is the resin you're going to go with there. The next resins are going to be your flexible resin, so gaskets, grips, things like that. These are basically materials that you can't print on an FDM style machine. Not easily anyway. We've got some really neat elastomeric materials, all the way down to we actually do have a silicone. So then we have a castable wax. This is ideal for jewelers and engineers that are looking for small casting parts. And then we have a biomedical line. So this is going to be your dental pieces, surgical fixtures, stuff like that is all biomedical ready. So probably one of our more popular materials here is clear. So this part just came off the printer here. So you can see there's really not a lot of, maybe you can't see. There's not a lot of layer lines here. This part will get polished out and clear coated. This will be almost optically clear, except the customer doesn't actually want optically clear. So what we'll do is we'll polish this thing out, mask it off, and then we'll bead blast the face of this so we get a frosted look to it.